I was determined to not stay there. I just took that breath that I needed to, and that may have been a lousy day or a rough week, but I just had to. What was the option? I mean, people have told me, I can't believe how much tenacity you had to get through this. And my question back to them was, what was the alternative? Welcome to the Serve, Love, Lift podcast. I'm Tiffany Garvin. Years ago on a quiet beach in Hawaii, I felt the weight of the pain and struggles we all face in this world and how much we need each other. Soon after, this movement was born to serve, love, and lift. I believe that we are meant to serve the world with our unique gifts, love ourselves and others, and lift each other up to live with joy. This podcast is here to help you heal your heart and your life and empower you on your path to becoming the best version of yourself. I invite you to listen carefully and jot down notes that come to mind, whether they come from me or from your own heart. Then, share this episode with 3 people who you feel could use it today. I'm so glad you're here. Let's get going. Have you ever wondered about how to be happy when life is so hard? Thank you for being with me. Today, we're going to talk about how challenges in life are inevitable, but misery is optional. We can respond intentionally to life's challenges and choose hope and joy instead. Being sick for 18 years, I learned that I had a choice of how I could respond. Life was just hard. The pain, the fatigue, the fuzzy brain, all the emotional ups and downs, and just the mental strain of trying to stay positive and holding on to that hope that someday I could overcome it. I could figure it out and I could heal, even though doctors said it was impossible. Well, I was 22 years old. I wasn't about to give up and just lay down and die. I saw too many people who were struggling with similar issues and even the same issues. And they were bedridden. They were lonely. They were miserable. And I thought, I can't do that. I've got too much of life to live. I have too many dreams. I have too many things I want to do and things I want to experience and just life I want to live. I can't give up. There has to be an answer. And so I chose again and again and again to keep believing, to keep feeling hope, to keep searching for the answers. I saw what the path of despair could do, and so I didn't want that. I wanted to hold on to that hope. I wanted to keep feeling bright and that miracles could happen. I'd seen miracles happen. I've heard miracles happen. I've read about miracles happening. I grew up believing in miracles. So why wouldn't it work for me? So I held on to that. And there were times where I didn't do that as well, where I was in so much pain and so discouraged that I didn't want to wake up in the morning. And I remember just laying there in bed and thinking, you know what? I'm kind of done. I'm done fighting. I'm done hoping. I'm done going to one more doctor or one more therapist or one more wackadoodle alternative therapy to figure out what's going on and to figure out how to overcome it. But one time in particular, I remember feeling that weight and struggling, and then just having this thought come to mind: hold on. You are valuable. You have work to do. I cried. I thought, okay, all right, I'll hold on. And I went to sleep. The next morning, life wasn't much better, except my attitude was better. I had a second wind, or probably 25th wind by that time. I chose to get up. I chose to put my clothes on. I chose to talk to people. I chose to keep moving forward. I chose to believe that hope was real and that healing was possible. Choosing optimism led to being ready for the answer when it showed up. And I was finally able to heal. Life is meant to help us become the best version of ourselves. It does this by offering us opportunities to use our agency or our power to choose to live in joy instead of misery. It's how we respond to these invitations that either helps us progress toward our best selves or stalls us out. When we understand this, we can recognize the power we have to choose how we respond to life no matter the situation. While we can't always dictate our circumstances, like when we get sick, or we're in an accident, or we lose a job, we can determine how we respond to them, and by doing so, have more influence over the ultimate outcome, which is really what we want. When we choose optimism, hope, and joy in the face of our struggles, we take our power back and determine the parameters around how they will impact us now and in the future. Let's take a quick break. I want to share with you my favorite complement to this healing work. doTERRA essential oils and supplements are the best in the world, and I'm not just I'm not just biased. I've used essential oils for over 20 years, but I didn't really know how beneficial they could be until I started using doTERRA in 2012. Being sick for nearly 16 years before this, trust me, I'd tried dozens of things to find relief. doTERRA essential oils were the first consistent support that created any clear and lasting benefit for me. You can learn more about them at www.tiffanygarvin.com/wellness. Hop on over and take a look. It's easy to focus on the challenge and get sucked into the misery option. But I want you to make an effort this week to choose the bright side instead. Practice choosing joy over frustration, or impatience, or anxiety, or depressive feelings. I want you to just be conscious and aware. Choose to be aware and to catch yourself and to make a shift in the moment. You can do it. It's not that hard. Obviously, it depends on the situation and how intense it is. But if you start practicing with the little things, then when you hit bigger ones, it makes it that much easier to choose joy, to choose hope, to choose peace, to choose staying steady instead of reacting. I want you to respond to your challenges with optimism and find that silver lining. Look for how it's perfect and can move you forward on your healing journey. Because like I said, I believe that our challenges are meant to help us grow. Life's challenges are here to bless us, to help us reach our full potential and become who we're meant to become. You'll hear me say that 100 times across this podcast. It's because it's a part of my reality. It's a part of what keeps me going. It's a part of what keeps hope accessible for me. And I hope that you can glom onto that and see the truth in it. So ask yourself when you face a challenge, how is it perfect? And just let yourself go into that space and glean the wisdom and the lessons from that challenge. Another thing you can do when you're facing something hard is engage in a positive or productive activity. It could be listening to uplifting music. It could be dancing or exercising or calling a good friend or serving someone and getting outside of your own space and your own stuckness around your struggle. There are so many options. Get up and move and shift your environment to help you move out of that space of feeling powerless, of focusing on the challenge, so that you can focus on what could be coming, what blessing could be coming. It's how I overcame 18 years because I held on to hope. I chose to be positive. I chose joy, even though I wasn't perfect. Even though that 18 years held ups and downs and, depths of hurt and sadness and fear and anxiety and hopelessness, I didn't stay there. I was determined to not stay there. I just took that breath that I needed to, and that may have been a lousy day or a rough week, but I just had to. What was the option? I mean, people have told me, I can't believe how much tenacity you had to get through this. And my question back to them was, what was the alternative? I didn't like the options. Stay miserable, focus on how awful I felt, seclude myself away from the world. No, I couldn't do that. I needed people around me. I needed love. I needed support. I needed to feel filled up by the goodness and the love of people around me. I didn't want to show up miserable every time they saw me because I was afraid, honestly, I was afraid they wouldn't want to spend time with me. And then I'd be in real trouble. So I kept moving forward. I tried to be positive. And in that space of choosing optimism, of choosing positivity, I was able to be around people that felt comfortable enough to encourage me, to love on me, to support me, to validate my struggle and my efforts to solve these challenges, these mysteries. And that was a huge blessing for me. As we try to reframe life and its challenges, and this invitation I'm giving you to choose joy, don't ruminate on your challenges. Don't get sucked in. Don't replay the story of how hard your day was, or that really difficult situation, or how things aren't going your way, and repeat it to one friend and then another friend and then post it on social media. It won't help you get through the challenge. Do consider how your challenge can help you ultimately find more joy or success or meaning and purpose in your life. Use the challenge as a catalyst to help you find answers, to help you grow and become stronger. You can also focus on positive conversations with those around you. Think hope, think gratitude, and possibilities for the future. Don't mistake your wounds for wisdom and seek justification for the negativity. This is a great way to spiral downward. This is a great way to ingrain a negative pattern. You know, our brains are beautiful and powerful, and we have these neural pathways that are driven into our brains through experiences, through our choices, through what we think about. So the things that you get stuck on and you replay them over and over again will create neural pathways that create that reality, that reinforce that reality. So instead, focus on that positive. Open yourself up to learn from what this struggle is really trying to teach you. Learn from the beauty that can come from it. Learn from the opportunities that surface, from the people that show up to love you. Learn from your strength as you get through it. Our wisdom comes from our love and our overcoming, not our wounds. Don't eat your way through struggle. I know. You'll thank me later, though. Instead, shift your focus to filling the ache of your challenge with positive resources. Like we mentioned, music and activities, or even get support from a professional. If you need to get counseling or you need to reach out to someone and have a real heart-to-heart, do that. If you need help, you can't do this on your own, then get the help you need. Don't fall into the easy escape routes, whether it's food or bad entertainment or destructive substances. Those things that I know they feel like they give you relief from the pain. They feel like they can help you escape from this impossible challenge that you're facing. But it's not worth it. It's truly not what you want. Again, just take that breath and shift and just be still if you have to. But if you can move, find something positive to fill that space, to fill that ache and that void. I promise you'll be so much more grateful when you wake up the next day. I'm so glad you've been with me today on this episode. I really want you to adopt a new mindset. We are meant to live with joy, and we truly do get to choose how we respond to life and its difficulties. We make choices many times a day, and the more intentional we are about them, the more they will work for us instead of against us. The invitation to choose joy may not be an easy one, but I promise it will move you closer to who you want to be and help you create the life you really desire. Thank you for being with me. Remember to share this episode with 3 people who you feel could use it today. Don't want to wait for next week for new insights and wisdom? Go to www.tiffanygarvin.com/emotional healing for a free guide to help you begin healing the emotional wounds that are holding you back. Again, the link is tiffanygarvin.com/emotional healing. It will be in the show notes as well. I believe in you. See you next week.